Marco. Let's wait for some people to get up in the house. How's everybody doing so far? David, how's your Sunday? Nicole, how's your Sunday? Waiting for more people to jump in. So for those of you, that's good to know, David. It's snowing like a son of a biscuit over here. Alibi, how are you doing? It is. It's yeah. It's snowing bad. Snowing bad. So I have an update I'd like to share with you guys. I'm just waiting for more people to jump in. So you guys remember the video I posted called Story Time I did the other day? So I have an update and I'll share it with you guys shortly. Just want to know how everybody's doing. That's not too bad, 8 inches. Well, we're supposed to get a lot of snow. Debo, Silence. It's been a minute. How are you doing, my friend, Silence? Yeah. What a first week and weekend of 2024 has been. Intense times are upon us all. That's good to hear. Holding well. That's good to hear. So, I don't know if you caught the video, Silence, but I did story time. And the person reached out and sent me an update. And I'm going to read to you guys the update that I received. And this person was like, hey, I saw that some of your subscribers had some good advice and questions. Tell them thank you, and here's a quick update. Yes, I was absolutely abandoned by people who claimed that they loved me and wanted the best for me. Yes, it definitely did mess with me emotionally and physically too, because I didn't understand why and how to deal with that heartbreak. Don't get me wrong, I did have a family around me who supported me, but it wasn't the same support I needed coming from my parents. Now, fast forward to being an adult, I do keep to myself because I don't want drama, but also I have learned to forgive them for how they treated me and for how they currently still do sometimes, because God will judge them as he will all of us. I honestly have to give credit to my boyfriend as well, who is an amazing man that has helped me have a different perspective and has just been with me just to allow me to vent, love, and support me in every way that matters. Also, currently, I do not have kids, but I do hope God grants me the opportunity and blessing of being a mom one day. Thank you all again. TJ, work in progress. Joy, how's everybody doing? More people making it in. So I just wanted to relate that info. So today's live is going to be about abandonment and the fear of abandonment. So I was doing a little bit of research, you know, and abandonment, I didn't realize how intense it can be, mentally, the fear. But it can be fixed. It can be fixed. So, what does abandonment mean? The action or fact of abandoning or being abandoned. She had a feeling of utter abandonment and loneliness. Does anybody here struggle with the fear of abandonment? Jenna, yes, David, it's always best to forgive them before they die, if you can. Then to learn to appreciate the good things about them and avoid the bad, then you have less regrets at their death, in my opinion. Jenna has entered the house. Jammin' Jet. Cool gamer. Good afternoon, everyone. That's awesome, TJ. So we're gonna talk about I was doing some research, and I was just finding all these definitions, definitions, and I'm like, I want a breakdown of what abandonment means because that's a mental health situation. It involves around PTSD and other things. So I found this website called the National Institute for the Clinical Application of Behavioral Medicine. And I will drop the link. So if anybody wants to do some research of their own, I'm going to paste it. Hold on, that is way too much to paste. I'll get to. I'll just pull it up in the shared screen because that's what I'm going to do anyway. Working with abandonment, 26 top experts share the latest strategies to help clients heal. Let me make sure you guys can see that right. Can you guys see what's on the screen? Just making sure. Okay. Being abandoned hurts. In the moment, it can feel like you can't breathe or that life is about to end. And then comes the painful sensation that ripples through your body and fills you with paralyzing panic. When this happens to a client, they can become fearful of experiencing abandonment again. Problem is they can develop harmful coping strategies that not only create more pain, but put them at an even greater risk of being rejected. So, how do we work with the desperate behavior and hyper reactivity that can make abandonment a self fulfilling prophecy? We turn to the world's 26 top experts to hear how they work with clients who have been abandoned. And here are the latest strategies that you can start using in your own work today. Yeah, feeling abandoned. Yes. I struggle with that. I struggled with that for a period of time in my life because growing up in a single parent household, you wonder why your father abandoned you. when you're in a single parent household, you wonder why. Were you not good enough? You know, where just why? And you have a lot of my thing is resentment. The specific neural pattern that may fuel a fear of abandonment. One way to help clients shift out of rejection oriented mindset. How to work with clients' panic with being rejected. Key strategies for working with abandonment and trauma. How PTSD. So this just so you know, what I would like to do is, because this is a lot. Abandonment is a lot. There's a lot to this. I'm not paying for that website. I'm not paying resentment. I know it too. They want me to pay for the website to get more info on abandonment. They just give you brief topics and suggestions, but it's hard to find. This was the only website that I could find that has detail, how to break down, anything about abandonment. Now, unless one of my subscribers, has more info on abandonment, I'd like to know, because it might help me a little bit with what I feel. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Breachway, life-giving wounds. I want to go through, Newport, fear of abandonment in young adults, identifying Healthline. Let's see what this is. Okay, here's a good one. I found one. I have. I found one. I found a good one. Okay. So abandonment issues usually stem from some kind of loss, abuse, or unmet needs. In the long term, they can lead you to relationship problems. Therapy may help you overcome your fear of abandonment and build healthy relationships. This is from a website, healthline.com, and this article was reviewed by Jennifer Littner, PhD, LMFT, CST. So it was reviewed by. So for it to be up here, it was allowed to be on this website by the medical professional reviewing it. ZD. So I've been sick all week myself, and I'm just getting better. So I understand how you feel. So fear of abandonment is a type of anxiety that some people experience when faced with the idea of losing someone they care about. Everyone deals with, I'm just going to say it because I'm not monetized. Okay. Everyone deals with death or the end of relationships in their lifetime. Loss is a natural part of life. However, people with abandonment issues live in fear of these losses. They may also exhibit behaviors that push people to leave, so they're never surprised by the loss. Fear of abandonment isn't a recognized condition or mental health disorder per se. Instead, it's considered a type of anxiety and is treated as such. Well, it isn't. Tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't anxiety a part of mental health? Just wondering. You would think it would be. Just saying. Initial behaviors of abandonment fear are often not purposeful. So the outline, what are the symptoms? So symptoms of it: cycling through relationships, sabotaging relationships, clinging to unhealthy relationships, and needing constant reassurance. What are the effects of abandonment? You know the outliers, I guess. Okay, what are the effects? So this is what I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn I'm trying to learn about it myself as we go, ZD. Okay, TJ. I see what you said, but fear of abandonment isn't. It's a symptom. Okay. Just like a lot of things in mental health, certain things are a symptom of that. Okay. I get what you're saying. Anxiety is caused. I don't believe anyone chooses anxiety whatsoever. I don't either. I don't choose to have anxiety, I'll tell you that. Especially panic attacks. Man, panic attacks are the worst. Makes you feel like you're having a heart attack. You want to come up and give me a hand, ZD? Or are you still feeling a little under the weather? Because the website I had drawn up, I truly thought I had something there until I started going through it more in detail. And I'm like, oh, this is not something I want. Hey, Jenna, would you like to come up on panel and conversate? Okay. All right, I'll post the link. I dropped the link for you, Jenna. I'm gonna get to the symptoms. What are you eating, TJ? I'm just wondering. Cane Corso, how are you doing? Okay. Jenna has entered the house. Hello.
How are you?
Uh, I'm. I thought I had it down. I'm like, yes, we're about to do some abandonment issues and kick its ass, and then the website
Website,
I was using was just,
it said, nah, you ain't.
oh, I'm so jealous. Chinese ribs and salt and pepper chips, fries.
You know how you said every time you go live, I'm always eating?
Yes.
I just got through eating.
So,
But about abandonment, I had a long-term relationship that was extremely toxic. And I've talked to you about that a little bit, in private, but that, like, that and the death of losing someone makes the abandonment extremely worse, in my opinion, because you have both of a relationship abandonment that's toxic. And then you have a death abandonment.
That's what it's saying right here. Talking what are
Yeah.
symptoms? Cycling through relationships.
Yep,
So,
exactly. And that's what made me think of it.
okay. All right. Clinging to unhealthy relationships, needing constant reassurance.
Yep,
Okay. So some people with abandonment issues may stay in a relationship despite a desire to leave.
that
The
was
fear
me.
of being alone is more powerful.
Mhm.
Okay. Which is not healthy either.
No, it's not.
Separation anxiety. If a child becomes anxious about their parents going somewhere in advance, that the child may be experiencing abandonment fears.
And
Panic.
now that you say that, when I was little, I had separation anxiety. I just thought about that.
Panic. If a child begins to panic when they don't see their parents, their overreaction may be a sign of an issue. I didn't have a father growing up, so
Right.
some children won't sleep without their parents or even let them step out of the room.
Yeah.
Risk factors: neglect, stress, traumatic events. A history of the following may increase the risks of a type of abandonment fear. Neglect. People have been neglected, abused, or abandoned, especially during childhood, or more likely to develop this issue.
Mhm.
Likewise, adults who were neglected as a child are more likely to repeat the behaviors with their own children.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, holy Anna.
Yep.
High levels of stress may make naturally occurring anxiety worse. This can worsen fears and lead to new anxieties.
That's when it kind of starts to snowball out of control.
Come on. I hit the wrong button. Can you guys still see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get
Uh,
back.
right
Neglect,
there.
stress,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. So Davis said, think anxiety is a symptom too. Many things. But I think there's two abandonments. I know. The regular kind where they totally go away, and the proximal abandonment where they're there but not available emotionally.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you got,
Mom was
yeah.
not available emotionally.
So people who traumatic events, those who have experienced an injury or death or been a victim of a crime may be more likely to develop these issues.
Yeah.
So
Death is a hard one.
it's natural,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make it less traumatic.
Right.
Losing a loved one unexpectedly can create an emotional void that can be filled with fear, by fear. Abuse, physical or SA, along with other types of abuse, can create lingering mental health issues, including fear of abandonment. Man, I struggle with abandonment my whole life.
Abandonment is a lot like, just in general, saying, just like anxiety. A lot of mental health issues cause anxiety, and a lot of mental health issues cause abandonment, fears. They kind of go hand in hand. It's very common.
ZD's got a good question. Do
What'd
you
she say?
think getting upset when others don't have your back is it's an issue with abandonment? I mean,
Hmm.
the fact that you care so much.
I can definitely relate to that question a lot. Ah,
We're going to find out as we get further down. But I
okay.
will tell you, I went through that as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm highlighting it because I can't say it out loud.
Yeah,
Okay, and
that one.
this one right here,
Yep.
that whole paragraph. So,
You've been through a lot.
yeah. No,
Oh, I think you skipped one.
I'm reading because I'm trying to see if so therapy and self care. So that's relationship loss, poverty. If basic needs aren't met, they can lead to scarcity mindset. They may lead to fears that emotional resources such as love, attention, friendship are likewise limited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that answers your question, ZD. Because you asked that question. Do you think getting upset when others don't have your back is an issue with abandonment? I mean, the fact that you care so much, I think that is.
I think it is also. And
It's
I never thought of it that way either.
the relationship loss. We already see that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I didn't. Okay, you can see it. Good. All right. Let me exit that out so it doesn't accidentally pop up. All right.
Uh,
So we're gonna
Debo said there's 5 stages of abandonment. I'd like to know what those are.
we're gonna do some research.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking. There's
Mind
6
read.
levels.
Hmm.
So there's considered 6 levels of approach psychology they identifies to help you get started. Oh, never mind. All right, let me look. You
Oh,
said
those
five.
are. Do it.
You said there's 5 stages of abandonment.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta look this up real quick. I gotta look it up.
That's interesting. David, when are you going to come up here? Because you have really good advice.
Okay, so shattering, withdrawal, internalizing, rage, and lifting. It's called swirl. The acronym is designed to depict the cyclonic nature of grief. Okay, let's do this. Pull this up. Okay, let me share this instead. Who's this written by? Oh yeah, we were reading death and abandonment, loss of love, childhood trauma, and adult wounds.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, that's a lot of reading. I'm not getting paid to read all that.
How much rating is it?
Oh my god.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, it's
I
that
was gonna
bad.
say I'd read some for you.
Um yeah, losing somebody that you love and care about is hard. It's tough.
Very, very hard. No
Losing a
matter
child, a family member, it doesn't matter what it is.
any loved one.
Yes. Just call me Hen has
Hmm.
entered the building.
Hello, hen.
You're more than welcome. TJ, you
Oh,
can come up if you're still eating. If you're done eating,
did you
Hen, you
see
can come up.
Debo's comment?
Intense feelings of separation anxiety, reluctant to commit,
Aiming to please.
are common fears.
Yeah, that yeah. I have all that.
but you're working through it.
Yeah. And reluctant to commit that part with me in therapy. I've done a really good job on working on that. So, but aiming to please, I do that just about with everything I do is to please someone else, make sure that other person is pleased. I put myself last.
Sometimes it's difficult to put yourself last. You got, you can't, how do I say it? You can't love somebody else without loving yourself.
You have to have so much energy to give to the other people to please them. So you have to work on yourself to have that positive, energy.
You don't even wait till I've put my till you've said hello before you drop the link for me nowadays. Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
That's good.
I do have a bit of knowledge on this this topic.
That's okay.
I had a nervous breakdown
Mm,
just over a year ago. Or mental breakdown, not a nervous breakdown, a mental breakdown.
those are not fun.
Yeah. And when we sort of I was talking to the person that was assessing me to get mental health care help.
Mm-hmm.
She ascertained that I had abandonment issues.
Yeah.
And she doesn't realise how far they go back, because they actually go back to probably the death of my father when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Because I talked about my mum passing away. I didn't talk about my father passing away. I talked about my mum passing away. I talked about being forced to change jobs and no one from my old job ever, contacted me, which I thought were friends, and talked about my sister moving house during COVID. So she was no longer within walking distance. And, and she's like,
that's a lot.
Yeah. So everything went on mum passed away when I was young. I was only in my 20s when my mum passed away.
I'm
But she said,
sorry.
it seems like you've had abandonment issues and it's all piling up, and that's why you've had this breakdown, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do understand it, but I'm in a much better place than I was even 3 months ago.
That's wonderful. And I mean, you have a lot of,
Yeah.
abandonment that
Yeah.
happened to you.
Plus, obviously, father of my 2 children abandoned me, and
Yeah.
I've been single most of my adult life because no one wants to settle down with me. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like whenever you get to that point, do you feel like you may push people away without knowing it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to work through that. That's very hard. I do that with friends now. Not my like significant other.
Yeah.
But I do it more so to my friends because of the past traumatic,
Well, he left us for a second then.
He did. Then we would have been in charge.
Oh yeah. But no, TJ in the chat knows. She's been there for me throughout this whole thing. She knows exactly what I've been through. I'm very lucky that I had really good friends.
It's a blessing to have friends that are, actually there for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, they were all online.
Still, they're friends,
Yeah, exactly. The real life friends, they sort of went off and did their own thing.
That's what happened to me. Mine are all online.
Yeah.
And they honestly mean, a little more to me than what, in real life friends.
Yeah. Well, I say that, but I've actually met them all. So although they're all online, I've met them all.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't met you, Hen.
No, I'm on about the people that helped me through the last year and a half.
Well,
That's
you're
really
always one thing
Yes.
is, I'll tell you, Hen, is you're always welcome here.
Yeah.
mhm.
TJ says, I'm not a friend, I'm an ass kicker. Yes, she is. She gives it straight. Get off your ass, do something useful. Even
And
if it's
sometimes
picking up one thing a day, do something.
and sometimes you need that hard love, that tough
Mhm.
love
Yeah. Yeah.
to get off your butt and do
But
something.
I do the same to her, so we're equal.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, sometimes our friends are friends with our enemies. Yes, unfortunately, they are. But then you've got to remember, also remember that you can't choose who your friends are friends with.
Mhm.
You can't.
And,
You can't.
and, and you can't demand that they give up a friendship with someone else just because you don't like that friend. So if you do, pardon?
Devo just asked me a question. He asked, "Do you think difficulty trusting is linked to abandonment?"
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
yes. Hands
wholeheartedly.
down.
Yes,
Hands
because
down.
you're scared to let someone else into your life just in case they leave you again. So that's what the difficult of trusting is. You're always, especially if you've had a partner that has betrayed you or a friend that's betrayed you and left you, then you're going to find it difficult to trust other people because of that.
Yeah. I think that goes with any type of abandonment issue.
Yes. Yeah.
It's going to bring trust problems.
Yeah.
Did you see what Alan said?
I'm going back. He said, "Hey folks, might help some folks to look up attachment. It's relatable. It might help understanding abandonment."
Yes.
Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And you can get too attached to people,
Yes. You can.
which is a
That
symptom of abandonment, because you don't want something to happen to the relationship.
Yeah. They also become a crutch to you, or you become a
Yes.
crutch to them. I
Yes.
attachment issues is just
I
like
am what
abandonment. Yep.
I think I am what is called a people pleaser most of the time. I'm not all the time. I can
I
be
am.
complete out of account, but I feel worthy when I do good things for other people.
Yes, that's
You
what
know,
makes me feel good.
yes. Um, sorry, I'm just opening a paper bag here, and it's making a lot of noise. Sorry.
I can't really hear it.
Punch it tightly. You can't stop it, can you?
I can't hear it hardly.
Oh, that's all right then. But yeah, I think if you've I've learned, and I say this, people come into your life for two reasons. They're either a lesson learned or a lesson taught.
Yeah.
And once that lesson is achieved, then they move on.
Yeah. That door closes and opens a
That's
new one.
yes. But people find it difficult to understand that because they expect people once they come into their lives to be there forever. But
That's how
unfortunately,
that's how I am.
not every person that comes into your life is meant to be there forever.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Alan. We were talking.
Attachment.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Attachment issues developed as a child. Then insecure attachment styles can lead to fear of abandonment in
Yeah.
adulthood. Yes,
Yeah.
'cause
A
you get
lot of things that happen to you in your childhood are going to affect you in your adulthood.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
some
I was chronically bullied from the age of 6.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm big and tough now. I can cope with it. But sometimes it does get to me still because,
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
And when you're feeling a bit vulnerable, then it gets
Yes.
you more.
When you're vulnerable, a lot of stuff will kind of attack you.
Yeah. And last year I was very vulnerable and I was getting attacked online all the time. And I'm like, I was letting people that don't know me, know nothing about me, affect me.
They were renting space in your head.
They were
That's a
renting
that
space in my head.
that's a great way to put that.
What I tell people is if somebody gets under your skin and you don't
Mhm.
know them and they don't know nothing about you and they get under your skin, they're renting space in your head.
Yeah.
But because
And
I was in
it's
a
free, free rent. They're not paying nothing.
because I was in a very weak position at the time mentally, it was very easy to rent space in my head. So I haven't actually worked for well over a year now. And I'm not ready to go back to work.
Your body and mind will let you know whenever you're
Mhm.
ready.
Yeah. I know I want to go back to work.
Right. But
The
the want
biggest
and the need is different.
I want and need to go back to work. I can't financially survive long term not working.
Right.
But the last part that I've got to break through is that fear that I will end up back where I was when I left work. The last time I left work, because I cried and I felt worthless.
Is that when you had
And
your little breakdown?
it lasted at least 3 months of everyday crying. Everyday crying.
So it happened once you got off of work. So it's connected to your work.
It was connected to work. It was a build up of things, but work treated me really badly. Really
But I
badly.
mean, like, just in general, the environment, just being in the environment of your job, trigger,
So,
that would be very difficult.
So now I have the fear that I'm going to end up working for not the same company, because I don't. They've laid me off now. I don't work for them anymore. It took them nearly a year to do that, but and I tell you what, when I got that letter to say that you are no longer employed by us, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
And that's a sign. That's a sign right there.
But I know that because my expertise is retail, and I've developed social anxiety because of what happened to me, and it's better than it was, but it's still there.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can ever go back to working retail.
And you never know. You actually may be able to. That may be something that would actually help you, overcome.
I know. I know once I put my foot out there, I can overcome it, but it's the fear of putting my foot out.
The part of putting your foot out is terrifying.
So I've now got to the point where, what do I want to do? I'm also scared because it was obviously a big organisation that employed me, and they don't care. These big companies, they don't care about the little man.
No, they don't.
They don't.
The big corporations, it's all about the money, the turnover.
Yeah, and it was a very toxic toxic environment the shop I worked in.
Yeah.
So
So they look at it. Corporations like that look at that. People on the bottom, they call them peons.
We're easily replaceable. Yeah, we're easily replaceable.
Yeah.
So a previous company I worked for actually tried to stop me from leaving, but this one doesn't even care. Yeah, just a number. No, you're not even a number. You're right, TJ. Not even a number. So it's the fear of working for another big corporation.
Right.
And most of them are. There's not very many independent shops,
Yeah, nowadays, especially after the, C word happened.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find, privately owned.
Yeah.
Now,
so
I will tell you this. There are certain companies that if they have to pay to put you through training, they treat you with more respect.
No,
yes,
not necessarily true, because every company I've worked through has paid for putting me through training. Including the one. So the company I just worked for wasn't the company I was employed by. The company I was employed by went out of business and sold it to another company.
Mm.
The company I was employed by was fine. Yeah, yeah, I know people that worked for Tesco's as well. Alanize?
Yes, it's Alan Eyes.
Okay.
That or we call him Alan. Either one.
Okay.
He's from Scotland.
Yeah, he's sweet. He's a mess.
As soon as
good
I
mess.
said Scotland, Ed got real quiet.
I don't have a problem with Scottish people.
No, I'm just laughing.
I've just spent all day speaking to a Scottish woman. All day.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you were. You were. She's like,
How would
another
you-
Scottish person. I got to hear that accent too.
How would you know? How would you know? Literally all day. I've literally just got off from talking to her, and TJ was talking to her earlier on, so she knows how long I've been talking to her for.
Lynn was like, "Sorry, just ripping Amazon a new hole."
Oh yeah,
I
that's not the
I
company.
can see that happening.
I don't know if
That-
you've ever talked to Lynn Willow, but she is a doll.
She is
Very smart woman.
extremely smart.
Amazon is one of the worst companies for anyone to work for. I'm just saying. Yes, she's like, Jesus, woman. Yes, she knows how long I've been talking.
Yeah, Emily is right.
So, but I'm looking at possibly starting my own business rather than working for someone else.
That may be,
Yeah,
a sign that was in disguise this whole time.
I run a non-profit for years, which went tits up because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I was doing events. I was event manager. I ran events like 6 times a year, plus a big festival.
Oh wow.
So I know I can do it on my own. I don't need to be working for someone else.
Right.
But I know it will take a long time before I'm earning enough money from running something, from running my own company.
Right.
Before I can afford to say I'm.
It's hard to afford to wait for you to
Yes.
be able. Yeah. Yeah. I understand that.
So, but that's what I'm looking into, and that's what I'm determined to do this year, is to set up my own company.
Well, I have faith in you, so.
And I can do it.
You get your mindset. Yeah. A lot of new things, and not just new, but a lot of different things that you experience in life are scary. I like to be in my comfort spot where I know, where I'm in control. I know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I'm in my cozy spot. Yeah. When I get thrown out in the world where it's up to everybody else on what happens, that's what's scary.
See, funny enough, I thrive on chaos. That's my life. And,
I like chaos only if it's a medical chaos. At any other chaos, I don't like.
Okay, so I am. Yeah, so like I said, I used to run festivals, and they never go to plan. There's always something going wrong. You're running around there's always. It's manic, but during the time you're just panicking. Oh shit, this is going wrong, and this is going wrong, and this is going wrong. And at the end of the day, you go, do you know, it weren't that bad, and people enjoyed it.
It's like you kind of had fun. It's like, oh, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I've always learned: if you speak it into existence, it will happen.
Yeah. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on.
Well, I need to start speaking.
Buckinghamshire, Alan. And she's right. TJ's laughing at me. She knows me well enough. She's not. You're not lying. No, yes. Yeah, not as big a festival as the Reading or Leeds Festival. I'm from down south.
I have a lot of Europe in the house. A lot of Europe in the house right now.
You really do.
Yes.
But yeah, Emily, I work well under certain pressure.
Yeah, that's how I am. It depends on what type of
Yeah.
pressure it is.
If people are expecting you to do things that are actually impossible to do, then no, I don't. But you know, if you're expected to do something that's going to take you 20 hours in 5 hours, then no, I don't do that. That ain't.
Yeah.
I will say this is unrealistic.
Depending on what it is.
Yeah. You know, if I know I cannot do something in the time span that it's given to me because I know how long these things take, then I don't work well under that.
Yeah.
But I do work. I'm one of these people that leaves things to the last minute all the time. I put my Christmas tree up on Christmas morning.
She did. She's not lying. She put her Christmas tree up.
I remember you saying that.
I threw 2 pieces of tinsel on it and said, that'll do.
I mean, as long as it made you happy, that's all that matters.
Well, it was just somewhere to place the Christmas presents under.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot that you're gonna have to take down in a few days after Christmas.
Exactly.
Hey, Kanye's mom.
But that's because I was actually tidying the house all night, ready to put the Christmas tree up.
I've already got all of my stuff down. I just got to put the boxes up.
So I literally put the next day I pulled it out of the stand, threw it in the corner of the room and said I'll deal with that later. Don't need to be up anymore.
I can definitely understand that. And then that corner keeps piling up over time.
Who's the other Scouser in the chat? Oh, Lynn's a proper Scouser. So TJ's not born in Liverpool, she just lives there. It sounds a little bit Liverpudlian.
Yeah, Emily, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a good kind of stress. For me, that is a good kind of stress. That is.
But yeah. Lynn is a proper Scout.
So Lynn is from Dovecote. Or Dovecot, whatever that is.
I don't know where that is. TT will know better than I do. So TJ's lived in Liverpool for 40 odd years, but she's not a proper Scouse. Her kids are. She's not. She's a Plazzy Scouse, as they call them.
I have no idea what that means.
Plastic. Plazzy. Plastic. Artificial. Fake.
Got you.
Alan
said I made it sound posh.
Yes, he did. Love cute. Love cute. So, but yeah, but it's hard work. It is hard work getting yourself into a place where you can feel like you can move forwards, and it's taken me a long time and a lot of support and a little bit of mental health team work that were crap, to be honest with you.
Support it for me is one of the biggest things.
Yeah. It's your friends listening to you cry ugly tears.
Yeah.
And not telling you, shut up and stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Right. Sometimes you just need to feel sorry for yourself and get it out of your system.
Oh, look, here comes the Plazzy Scouse. Hello, TJ.
Hey, TJ.
Good afternoon, Hen. Hello, Jenna. Hello, all things serious.
Oh,
Hello.
look at her being posh. Good afternoon, hen. Except if it's 9 o'clock at night, it's not afternoon anymore.
Does it matter? It's afternoon somewhere. There might be somebody in the chat where it's afternoon. Just because you've been gabbing all day long and forgot what time it is doesn't mean the rest of us have.
I know what time it is. You forgot, not me.
4 in the panel, yeah. Well, 3.5.
Shut up, Lee.
3.5.
Yeah, hen's like 5 foot, if that. 5 foot in her heels.
I'm 5 foot.
5 foot in her heels.
I'm 5 foot.
Yeah.
She's
Minus a
like
millimetre or two.
5 foot.
Minus a millimetre or two.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, TJ? How was your meal?
It was good, thank you. The dog loved watching me eat it as well.
Was he
I
licking
bet
it
it did.
while you were eating?
He was licking his lips, and he was also putting his paw up to ask. And I was pushing his paw down to say no.
Alan, there's more room up here. Just saying.
Yeah.
He said, how many Brits can we get up on panel?
Give me a minute.
Lynn is like, I'm on the phone with Amazon. I'm on to customer service, so going bald as we speak.
Going bald as we speak.
My heart goes out to you, Lynn.
Yep. I've been on the phone with insurance all day, so I can understand that.
TJ, do Becky for Lynn so she feels less uncomfortable.
No, Lynn can just go into my channel and have a look at Becky.
Becky?
Just do proper scouse for us so she don't feel so uncomfortable.
Well, no, because it's not proper scouse. It's me taking the piss out of scousers.
ZD said Jenna and Eddie can fake a British accent. I bet. No, I definitely can't.
Oh, I bet you could.
No.
You know what's crazy is you have to watch a lot of British movies, and then you
Go on, then, Eddie.
Go on, Eddie.
On the spot.
Do better as a Scottish accent.
That's still British.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, so I do a British accent.
Oh, Jesus. I can't do accents.
We're all waiting.
Oh my
Right.
God. Okay.
Jenna, when you say can't, yeah?
Chance?
No, can't.
Can't?
Right, you say
can't
with an A.
Can't.
There you go.
Can't.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I
Yeah, I cannot do it.
can't.
I can't.
I can't do it.
You were doing well. You were doing well.
I can't do it.
That's not bad.
If you put an R in the word can't.
Yes.
How do you put an R in that?
Like, you know, the four-wheeled vehicle with a steering wheel. What do you call it?
Car.
Right, now put a T on the end.
Cart.
No, can't. Put an N in there as well. So can't.
Cart.
No.
Yeah,
She's not getting the end.
I can't.
What you could do is you could just say, I cannot.
I cannot.
There you go.
There we go. I did it. I do get to speak regular English.
No,
you're not, Alan.
No, TJ does not allow that word ever.
Alan, be careful in the words you use in chat, please. Thank you. I apologize.
That's all right. I knew it was going to come up.
I was trying to honestly not say that when you was trying to get me to do it.
Sorry.
It's trying to put the R in without rolling it.
Yeah, I can't roll it.
You can, because you do.
I do.
You do. Debo says, "Can I buy a vowel?" Lol.
DJ
But there's a
Robles.
word that drives us English people mad when Americans say it, and it's the word twat.
Oh man. Why?
Because you all pronounce it with an O.
Twat.
No, twat.
Twat.
Like act
Twat.
or cat.
Do a southern accent.
I can't. No, see, I can't. I can't do American accent to save my life.
Yeah, I can't do a British accent to save my life.
I can do it when I'm singing, but I can't do it when I'm speaking.
Oh, that's funny. I can as well. I
When you're
can. So I can
singing.
say, "Oh Lord, come to buy me a Mercedes Benz." See, I can imagine.
Mercedes Benz.
Mercedes Benz. My friends all have Porsches. I must make amends. Whereas when we say it, it's more, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My
Oh,
friends all have
Lord.
Porsches.
Why don't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Benz.
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 Benz, as in
Benz.
BENDS.
I'm over here laughing my ass off.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me an Audi or two? My friends all have mechs. I must have one too.
That was good.
Is this the Liverpool version?
Yeah.
Next.
Jenna ZD said Jenna bends the Benz.
Oi, Lord, won't you
Oh,
get me an
Lynn
Audi
said,
A3?
Lynn said to say jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans, yeah.
How do y'all say it?
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Jelly
Yes.
beans.
The same way.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same.
I think they were hoping that we'd go jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Emily said say bag.
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 And
Bag.
Knapsack.
Lynn.
Yeah. Jelly beans.
See, I told you. See, chat. So let you guys know we talked about what we talked about, and it was serious. Now all things serious goes off the rails,
Yeah.
and this is
that's
what I
because
like.
of her.
I love this. I love it when it goes off the rails.
Hang on.
That's because of her.
It did not go off the rails till you got up here. Do not blame me.
Well, you know, you got up here. I was invited up first, but I was eating. So you got up there. And once you get up there and I get up there, everything goes off the rail.
To be fair, yes. If you like this combination, we do it 3 times a week on my channel.
I love it. I love it.
Um,
You should have seen what they did for Christmas karaoke.
don't.
Do we have her link?
Yeah.
It's just call me Hen. I'm not in the chat, so I can't drop it.
I'll drop it.
No, put mine in first.
No, we don't stream on your channel. They don't get to hear us bicker on your channel. Oh, we do once a month. Once a month.
Is the background a lady with a purple background?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes, that's the one. God.
You're too funny.
She loves me, really. Like a hole in the head, isn't it, TJ?
I do not love you.
Yes, you do.
Everybody,
I have
She
never
giggles when
said
she said
I
that. She
love
couldn't
you.
even say that seriously.
TJ, what is yours?
TJ ... a work in progress. As soon as you put the ... it should come up.
No. Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Good. Ooh, that picture is cool.
That's me.
Which
I
one?
love-
Which picture is that in that one?
It's
The
got
one with
like
sunglasses.
flames.
Oh, sunglasses. The one that you was using as avatar before.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just changed her avatar recently.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I've been called many things in my life.
Not cute.
Cute is not one of them.
She's like 6 foot tall. She can't be cute.
these ladies are hilarious and serious at the same time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we went from being completely serious to off the rails. I like that.
we have a thank you both of those that have said they've subbed. We have our serious times too occasionally, but like I said, most of our serious stuff goes on behind the scenes, doesn't it, TJ? So we'll do our serious stuff behind the scenes, and then we'll go, right, I'm going live now.
But I will tell you this: when Hen
Let's
and
not
them,
off my face first, because I've been sobbing my eyes out. Hang on a
No.
minute. Let's go live. I'll be literally sobbing my eyes out. I'll go, right, we're going live. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going live. I'll hit that live button and I'll go, hello, hello, hello.
You have to switch it real quick.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Thank you, everybody who subbed. No, Hen does a meaningful Monday occasionally.
I do. I'm going to try and do that every week again, TJ.
Right.
That'll be
and on
that'll
that,
be good to get in the habit of doing that also for your mental health.
I think it's because I was getting I was in that middle road that I sort of stopped doing it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, I need to deal with my mental health rather than talk about other people's mental health.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So
It's good that you realize that.
Yeah.
So Silence said to laugh and cry simultaneously is beyond beautiful.
it's really not. It's really not.
Like, I'm going to tell you a story. So, like I said, my mum
It's
passed
not
away.
beautiful. It is the ugliest thing you've ever seen.
It really is.
She's seen it. Like I said, my mum passed away when I was quite young. I was only in my 20s. Dad when I was in my teenagers, but my mum hit me hardest because it was unexpected. And at my mum's funeral, me and my sister were sitting next to each other and we were both sobbing our hearts out. Right? We just both looked at each other and started crying, and we're hugging each other. And then the organist, you know, they have organists in the church, hit a dodgy note, and we both cracked up laughing.
Yeah.
It was just that because we looked at each other and started crying, and we're hugging each other, and all of a sudden this organist hit this, I say, bum note, and it just sounded awful, and we just looked at each other and burst into laughter.
That's when you need it the most, though.
It was, and laughter is one of the greatest medicines. And I've been lucky that I've had a lot of laughter in the last year and a half because of everyone that has been there to support me. My people on my panel, people behind the scenes, and people in the chat. They're awesome.
It's amazing how online communities can literally turn your world around in the most positive way.
Yeah. But they have been awesome. And I tell them every day, if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
It's not me. She's on about everyone else. Definitely.
It is you. Shut up. Just take it. Take it.
Y'all need your own reality show.
She needs her own reality, let alone her own reality show.
She needs her own reality.
Oh dear
Oh,
me.
I do
geez.
have issues. I
Yes.
don't talk about my issues because they're mine.
Yeah.
I said
She-
before, I had abandonment issues when my brother passed away. I was only 8.
Oh no.
My brother was 15. My father was in the forces. He would go away because he'd be, what do you call it?
Active duty.
Yeah.
Deployed.
Yeah.
He would be deployed somewhere. And then it would be, oh, I'm on my own. I wasn't on my own. I had my sister and I had my mum, and occasionally we'd go and visit my grandparents. So we'd go and visit my grandparents. But a lot of people who are not in the forces, if the families aren't in the forces, they don't understand how it is. Like, I've been to 13 schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got no friends from when I was in kindergarten, no friends from when I was in preschool, no friends from when I was in juniors, infants. I just don't
Right.
have those long-term relationships that a lot of people have.
Yeah.
But I don't look at that as a bad thing.
No.
I look at that as I have a hell of a lot of experience with a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah, you do. And that honestly makes you who you are today, and you sound like a beautiful person. So
I'm not.
Don't
I'm
tell her that.
horrible.
Don't
I
tell her
heard that. I heard
Don't.
that.
Don't tell her that. You're not allowed to tell her that. You're not allowed to tell me that either. We neither of us are nice people, are we, TJ?
I'm not nice.
I don't believe that.
I'm not nice.
We're not.
Nice
We're not
people
nice.
tell you what you want to hear. I don't.
Well, I like that. That's nice to me. I don't want somebody to sugarcoat something. I want somebody to be upfront with me and let me know how it is.
That'll
I
be me
appreciate
then.
that.
See,
um,
I always say Hen is a wonderful person, but don't tell anybody that out loud.
stop it.
See,
See,
it.
Alan's dad was in the forces, I'm assuming. Yeah, same as my dad. And I get it. It was an experience. We all learned a lot.
Mm.
Very.
But I think the closest would be when we've got a father that works away a lot.
Yeah.
But it's still not the same because TJ and Alan moved around a lot. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know really. I mean, I'm in touch with one person from when I was a kid. But that's very rare and not very often. And we only really got back in contact in the last couple of years. TJ knows because she's spoken to her.
Yeah.
She was my next door neighbour growing up. She was my best friend growing up. You drift away. You do drift apart from your friends.
Yeah, you do.
Some
That or
people,
they just disappear out of nowhere.
some people somehow hang on to them all their lives. I've never managed to do that. But it's strange. It's strange when we got, because although we were best friends growing up, we sort of went off to different secondary schools, which you call high school. And that's when we sort of drifted apart and we sort of went off in our own ways. We had children at the same time, weirdly. She was pregnant with her youngest she was pregnant with her eldest when I was pregnant with my youngest. Same time, they were due around the same time. So we sort of like reconnected for a little while then, but then we completely disconnected. But yeah, and it's only in the last couple of years we sort of reconnected, but even now it's not the same. We're not best friends again. We're just like, hey, how you doing now and again?
Kind of like acquaintances.
Yeah. But strangely enough, we both have a very similar belief system, which is not the belief systems we grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were meant to reconnect at that moment in time. Although the connection didn't last for long, it was meant to reconnect
It
at that
was
time.
meant, yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's so cliche to say
Yeah.
it, but everything really does happen for a reason.
Yeah. I think because she was feeling quite isolated. So when she found out that I had similar beliefs to it, made her feel less isolated.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
So one time when after I'd had my kids, grown adult, I was 25 when they were both born. My dad and I went to Southport, which is about 30 miles down the road from where I am. It's a seaside town. It's a seaside, what do they call it?
The coast.
It's the coast, but it's got a fun fair. And it's a retirement town. So there's a lot of old people there, and it's got lovely Victorian shops and things like that. Anyway, my dad had took me to the shops, and I'd gone into this old Victorian. You have to bear with me. My words aren't my own. Glass-covered shopping area, which is just like a few little boutique shop type things inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like a plaza.
Pardon?
Like a plaza.
Smaller.
Okay.
Just little boutiques.
Yeah, lots of little boutiques in this little glass-covered alleyway, for want of another word.
Okay.
And my dad was waiting outside, and I came out and couldn't see him.
Oh no.
He was stood right in front of me, but because he hadn't moved, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
So I had a fear of abandonment there. I was like, and that was all because how am I going to get home to my kids?
Right.
Because I didn't drive at the time. I didn't have any money on me at the time. Well, not enough for me to get on the train and go home.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. How am I going to get home to my kids?
Right.
And I literally held onto the wall and scanned the whole, because I know he wouldn't have left me.
Yeah.
But this, where's he gone? Where's he gone? How am I going to get home?
It was that shock of like, oh my God, where's he at?
Yeah. And I scanned, and a tear started dripping down my face. And he looked at me and he shouted my name. And then he gave me a hug. He went, I'd never leave you.
No.
And I was all right then. And then I just went into me arsehole of myself and went, well, don't fucking do it again, you fucking old bastard, you.
So Lynn said there's a statue of Red Rum inside.
Yes.
Wait.
He was trained in Southport.
Yes.
What?
Okay, she knows where it is. It's the galleries. It's called. It's similar to an indoor atrium with outside access.
Yeah, courtyard. Arcade.
Because Lynn knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She knows the place. Weirdly enough, my kids used to abandon me when I went shopping. Literally, they would go missing on purpose all the time.
Oh, that's scary. That's scary.
That would scare the crap out of me.
They would do it on purpose all the time. So they do things like hiding under like clothes racks.
Yeah, they'll get in the center of the clothes that are
yeah. They both would do it. They did it all the time. And I used to say to him, if you can't find me, that we had this information desk where they'd put out an announcement, a tannoy.
Yeah.
We call them tannoys. I don't think you call them tannoys over there. This is a lost child announcement with the parents of, you know.
Yeah.
So I always say go to there. I'd be almost there before the tannoy came out because I knew that's where they'd gone. Because when they got there, they were given colouring pencils and crayons and, you know, treated, oh, aren't they cute? Aren't they lovely? They
Oh
did it
my
on purpose.
goodness.
They would
They
do it
knew
on
how
purpose.
they knew how to work the system.
Oh, yeah. To the point where I said, don't you ever go there again. If you go missing, go to the clock because it's getting embarrassing now.
I hid from my mom one time and I saw how much, like, she had a panic attack in the middle of the store. And I was playing, you know, I was little thinking it was funny. And I just remember how bad it scared her.
I did it all the time. And it's a big shopping centre. Not
Yeah.
like the little place that TG is on about. I'm a big shopping mall. And they would do it
And
all.
especially nowadays, it's very scary if they do that.
Yes.
It's not nowadays. They're grown up now. I just get
Well,
revenge on them.
I'm going to throw something into the mix here.
What?
Imagine not speaking the language of
Yep.
the place that you're in
Mm.
and your parents disappearing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't disappear. I was busy looking at a thing and they called my name and I was only young. I don't remember this. The only thing I remember is the big, huge ceramic piggy bank.
Hmm.
And that's what I was looking at. And then going to the tills and saying, I'm English. I can't find my mum and dad.
Yeah.
And over the tannoy, mum and dad heard, we have a little blonde-haired English girl with no parents.
Oh.
But they've been looking for me.
Yeah.
And
That would be
again, like Ken
scary.
said, she always told hers to go to the information desk. Mine always told me to go to the tills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad was on his way to the tills, and Mum's always told me it was only like 2 or 3 minutes.
But
Yeah.
it feels like forever.
Yeah.
But it feels like forever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't speak to anybody.
No.
That would be terrifying.
I
Oh,
left-
that one.
This is going to sound bad. I left one of my children outside the shop once.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah.
She said this
No,
is going to sound bad.
I didn't. The shop was too small to take the child into, so I just left. This is before we had. Well, it wasn't before we had to worry, but it was quite a long time ago, and I was in a safe neighbourhood. But I popped into the shop to get something, came back out, walked straight past the pushchair, was halfway home when I went, I'm sure I had something with me. Yes, my child. I had my child with me.
That's funny.
I'm blaming it on baby brain mush. But yes, I did do that.
Oh man.
I then went in a panic when I realised I did not have my baby.
You didn't have your child with you.
Yeah.
I've done that with a potted plant on top of the car.
But I bet you didn't panic about it.
No, but I was wondering why everyone else was beeping at me and pointing.
Did you think the child was on there?
I thought the kids were messing about in the back seat. That's what I thought. And they weren't. So I pulled over and got out the car and thought, is it the wheels? Have I scratched the side of the car or something? And then I looked and went, oh, God. And it was still there. It hadn't bumped off or anything.
I did that one time with the birthday present that was already wrapped, and I had to go back and find it and hope nobody ran over it.
Did you find it?
Oh,
Yeah, nobody ran over it either.
you lucky so-and-so.
It was
I
a
did that with
little
my. I
dented
did that
up
with my
though.
wallet. I did that with my wallet.
I freak
I
out
do
if
that
I
all the
lose my
time.
wallet.
My wallet was zip up wallet, so it couldn't, nothing could fall out of it, and it was black, a black wallet, and it was at night when I lost it.
Mm.
Oh,
So I go up the road, I park, I'm walking down the road, and I'm like, "Where's my wallet? It's not in the road."
take care, ZT Den.
Bye bye, CT.
Have fun
Bye, ZD.
cooking.
Baked ZD.
You know, you could have like voiceovers for games. Could you have like those? You know what I mean? Those game voices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. I could do some voices.
You should really honestly look into doing voiceovers.
I could.
I think TJ can do voiceovers. She can do a deep voice too.
She's like, "Don't tell my secrets."
Mm-hmm. She's
Yeah,
got that
Emily, that's what I was thinking.
game
over.
over.
Yeah. I was thinking what they say in Call of Duty.
Game over.
Or what do they say whenever you hit someone? Nice shot. It's not nice shot. It's we probably can't say it on here anyway, so
KIL, isn't it?
ZD's
No,
like, not
not-
having big ZD, having chicken piccata.
Not ouchie.
Ooh.
Not ouchie.
Ciao.
Oh, dear.
You know, they say it's instead of perfect, unaliving.
Shitty.
Imagine playing a video game, right?
Perfect.
You have unalived that character.
You could do it.
I'd be like, hey, we can't say these words, but we can say these words instead.
But
Yeah.
I don't know actually how strict it is on YouTube. I think it depends on the context. And I know people say you've got to say this and you've got to say that, but I know people that don't say them and they don't have any issues.
Yeah.
Right, there are different issues for different channels because we figured this out, right?
Yeah.
American channels can't say FAG.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we
British
can.
channels can, because it
Location is
means
everything.
two totally different things. Ours means a cigarette.
Really?
Well, it means the other thing as well, but it depends on the context you're using it in. When it's clear that I'm saying I'm having a FAG,
I had no idea that meant a cigarette.
Yeah, it meant a cigarette before it meant anything else.
I knew it meant something
So
different,
it
but I didn't
actually-
know that.
it actually means a bundle of sticks.
Yes.
So
Interesting.
therefore, the word we use for a cigarette is very close. Well, it is a bundle of sticks.
It is
Yeah.
a bundle of sticks. So
Yeah.
if I'm saying, if I go, be right back, I'm having a,
Yeah.
the channel doesn't get struck or anything.
Right.
Hen is also on Hen's channel. She's also allowed to say boobies.
Yeah.
Because it's a safe word for our channel.
Yeah.
Her channel.
So, and we say it a lot. So they tried to block. Yeah. Yeah. Many people refuse to read a dictionary. Yeah. It's a bundle of sticks. So I have a safe word on my channel if the subject gets too heavy for anyone, because a lot of people that came to my channel came from DA
community.
a DA environment, so that it can get a bit heavy. And we're talking, if someone wants to talk about something, we don't stop them.
Yeah.
But then if it becomes a bit too heavy for someone else in the chat, we say, okay, let's move on to a different subject.
That's
So
actually a I've never thought about that. That's a great
Yeah.
idea, having a safe word.
it was all to do with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Oh dear
Yes.
God, that trial. That was so.
So-
I watched every day of that.
Yes, so do we.
So that's where what happened to him
Mhm.
happened to a lot of people in Hen's channel.
Mhm.
The
Yes.
original community, the original members.
Yeah.
There's not that many of them left now, but at the time it was mostly them.
Yeah.
But there's
That's
other
why we
subjects.
needed a safe word.
Yeah.
But there's other subjects. Sometimes it can be politics. If we start talking politics, it can get a bit heated.
Oh yeah.
So someone will
Yes.
say
Pretty
"Rumors."
quick too.
Yeah.
That's the reason why,
Yes.
and Hen knows this. On
Yeah.
my platform, I call this a safe
Yes.
place to communicate, not a safe space, but a safe place.
Yeah.
We don't. Two things we don't talk about is politics and religion.
See, we try to avoid it, but occasionally it comes up.
Oh, it does. It's going to
We
come
move
up.
on. We move on as quickly as possible because
Yeah.
not everyone's going to agree.
But if you had
Yep.
politicians like us, you'd want to move on.
Yeah. We just laugh at our politicians.
That's all you can do.
So what
Mhm.
I do is, and a lot of people don't realize
Hi,
this,
George.
is hey George, how you doing, George? Mental health is
Yeah.
considered political, right?
Yeah.
Because
What?
we don't take it serious. So
Well,
when you
I
talk,
disagree on that.
well, it's not political, but it can be.
So, I was talking to someone earlier on, and their child is going through mental health issues.
Mhm.
But the father of the child doesn't believe in mental health issues,
That's the hard stigma.
and this is a problem. And it a lot of men, more than women, a lot of men don't believe in mental health issues. It's gross and balls,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Pull
that
your
old.
socks up and get on with it.
It's
Why
that
did-
old aged
Yes.
that generation.
Yeah.
Why do you think I started this channel?
Yes.
Okay, is to show men that mental health is real,
Yes.
and it's okay to admit when you're struggling with something.
That's it. Man up. That's the other one. I mean, I tell people to man up all the time, but that's when they're acting like pussies. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
We're talking about a cat, you know.
Yeah, we talk about cats.
Yeah.
Meow.
Does it is it short hair or long haired?
Bald.
Okay.
She got a bald kitty.
Different story. Different story. Won't go there. Anyway.
Oh God.
But yeah. But we do say, I mean, we all say it. But it depends on the situation. Okay. If someone's just being a brat, because people are brats,
Yeah.
it's okay to tell them to go some.
You know what?
Get a life.
Some
Stop that shit.
kahunas.
And it all, just like you were saying, it's the context on how you use
Yes.
it.
Yes. But yeah, our mental health system in this country is diabolical at the moment, isn't it, TJ?
Well,
It depends where you live, and
it does
that's the
depend on where you live, and it depends on whether you're perceptive to it.
Yeah.
But at least we've got one.
We do have one, and it is free, but it's online mostly.
I hate that.
Yes. So that's what I had. I had
Yes.
online mental health.
Online can help to a certain
Yeah.
extent,
Mhm.
but you need to see that person.
Well, I
face to
did.
face.
I did do one-on-one. It started off as group, and then I moved on to one-on-one. So that was better, because the group stuff was no good because it's an all-encompassing for everyone, except for it doesn't work for everyone. You know,
Yeah.
and it weren't as if we were actually having a discussion with the person. They were just up there on screen and we were listening to them present slides and being told to do some homework, you know.
Homework, really?
Yeah. So you put into practice what you've seen on the slides today. Practice it when you go practice it, and next week we'll review it and then we'll move on to the next stage. You know?
Yeah.
But when you are at rock bottom,
You need more than that.
you need more than that. And I was at rock bottom. It did not work.
Yeah.
The one-on-one stuff was much better because it was more focused on my needs, not the whole group's needs,
Exactly.
my needs.
Right.
But I can't get, where I live, I cannot get face-to-face mental health care without paying
Seriously.
for it. It doesn't actually exist
What?
because they've defunded it. So a lot of our mental health work in this
Oh,
country,
wow, man.
a lot of our mental health workers in this country were funded by the EU. It was charities that run them. And of course, we left the EU, and with that went all the EU funding. So all the charities that were doing it have closed down because they couldn't afford to stay open.
Yeah.
And that's the situation we're in now. Again, mental health is not given the priority it should be given when it comes to healthcare. It's terrible, and it's the truth, but that's what it is. And because of the horrible bug that everyone had, more people are suffering with mental health today than ever before.
Oh, bad. Very bad.
It's not there. It's not there.
And here,
Mhm.
it just needs to be talked about more. It needs to have more awareness.
I think we are lucky in the fact it is talked about quite a lot in this country, isn't it, TJ?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it is in a negative way.
Well, it's not in this country. It's not talked about in a negative way in this country.
If it's talked about here, in
Yeah.
my opinion, it's negative.
Yeah. Be right back.
Maybe
See-
where you're at, TJ, and stuff like that, it's talked in a positive way. But here in the States, it's
Yeah,
negative.
I mean, the thing is, right, this could be controversial, and if it is, I wholeheartedly apologize. But it's a point of view that I've had discussions about with lots of different people from lots of different countries. You have to pay for everything in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
So I think, and the people I've spoke to who've lived over there for a period of time, not just for holidays and things like that, because of that, the suck it up buttercup attitude
Yes.
is prevalent, because you just can't afford to go to doctors, psychologists,
You're right.
and everything. So you either bottle it up
Mm-hmm.
so it's not real, or you bottle it up because I can't afford it, or granddad didn't do it, dad didn't do it,
Yep.
brothers don't do it, so why am I crying? You know.
Yep. You hit the nail on the head.
But then
Whereas-
if you look at the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
In most cases, in not all, but most cases, there's an underlining thing that they do to cope with it.
Yep.
That could be either drinking or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That they're coping with it.
Any type of addiction, whether it's, food or, substances.
They're coping with it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, mental health. And George said it. He said, yes, but sometimes here in the States, there are people who take advantage of that.
Yes, there definitely is. There
Like, I
definitely
know
is.
a few people who claim to have mental health issues, and I myself struggle with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are days that I don't even get out of bed. I stay in my room. I'm a hermit.
That's me most days.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
that's
not crying every day anymore.
That's good. One step at a time.
But I mean, years ago, and I mean years ago,
Yeah.
everybody, the devil makes work for idle hands,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
right? So years ago, you didn't have time to think about yourself. You didn't have time to think about what was wrong. You had to
Yes.
work.
You're
And
right.
nowadays, we don't have the same kind of workload.
You're right.
We're either sat on our backsides in front of a computer screen as a job,
Mm-hmm.
or we are working in healthcare,
Yeah.
or we are working a very physical job for more hours,
Right.
because employers don't want to employ 10 people when they can get away with employing 8.
Right.
I
So
think
it's
it's
more mental health issues there because of that. But
but
also, we're not burning off physical energy. So we're thinking about things more. And that is on our shoulders as well.
yeah. This is why I slightly disagree. So in your case, where you working full time. Most of the staff in retail now only get part-time hours. They're not given full-time hours. It's very hard to get a full-time job in the area that I worked. Which is why when you get one, you stick at it no matter how bad it is,
Right.
Um, but it's the point where you're just too completely exhausted, mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted. And I think that's pretty much what happened to me. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but
Yeah.
it was to the point where you wake up in the morning. I'm like, I don't want to go to work, but you pull yourself out of your bed, you put your uniform on, you get on the train, you get to work,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cost you 2 hours worth of wages just to get to work.
That's a long time.
Oh,
2
2 hours.
hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
By the time because I had to get trained. By the time you've paid for it, because it's I was looking like nearly 30 quid a day to get to and from work. I was on £11 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 hours of my wages gone on transport.
That's a long time to just get there.
Well, no,
Or-
that's the cost to me was 3 hours. It actually took me about 4 hours to get there.
Oh
and
my
back.
gosh.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So yeah. So I was out of the house. I was working 9 hours a day. Add on between 3 and 4 hours travel. I was out of the house minimum 11, 12 hours a day.
That would wear me out.
Mm-hmm. Coming home, streaming for 4 hours.
And
Sleeping for
staying
4 hours.
backstage for 3 hours.
Oh, no, I weren't staying backstage back then, TJ. I mean, I did stream for 10 hours on occasions, but I stream an average of 4 hours, getting 4 hours sleep, getting up the next day.
4 hours of sleep?
Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy.
But that's how I've always been. My sleep's even worse now.
Yeah.
Since I've been off work, it's I'll do 2 hours awake, 2 hours awake, 2 hours awake. Don't get any full. Very rarely get
kind
much
of
sleep.
cat nap throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because depression.
Yeah.
Nothing to have to get up for.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to force me to get up and get out the door.
You're right.
Which is why I think I do need to go back to work, but that's the scary point.
I'm in the same type of position, but mine is I physically can't go back to work yet.
No.
Due to certain ailments,
Uh-huh.
But the fact of not having that routine
Yes.
bothers me because you feel like you just sit around and do nothing.
And you can't get motivated to do anything either.
No, you can't. Not at
Yeah,
all.
but that's because you're looking at what you used to be able to do and saying, I'm doing nothing. And
Yeah.
like Hen said earlier, I tell her, pick a cup up, put it in the sink. You've done something today.
Yeah. Start
And
with
when
something
you're,
small and just say, you know, I did this. I did this.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, depression it's so debilitating.
It is.
So if you can get out of bed, you've done something good today.
Okay, I'm just
That's a
gonna.
good point.
So, Silence, is that how you pronounce the name? I haven't been able to read a book in a long time because I can't focus on reading a book.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I love reading. Well, I pick up a book, I'll read 2 pages, and I'm like, I
I
can't
have to
focus.
go back. I'll
Yeah.
have to go back and reread the page
Yes.
that I just read.
Yeah. And diets can make a big difference. You're absolutely right. Again, colouring art. TJ will tell you I'm very much into art and craft and stuff.
Oh, so
I have to be in the mood to do it. I have to
getting
be
in
the
that
mood.
mood, like
Yeah.
before, like when you had that stability of structure in your life,
Mhm.
it was so easy to just be like, oh, I cannot wait to do this, you know,
Yeah.
and get home and start your project that you're going to do. And
Yeah.
now it's like you sit there and you're like, I could do this. I really
And
want to
then-
do it, but I'm not going to.
How long ago did I start making that thing for Big G, TJ?
Oh God.
About 6 months ago, at least.
Yeah, 5-6 months ago.
So I started making for something for a member of my chat.
Mhm.
I won't say what it is. And I got so far with it, I put it down, and I haven't had the motivation to pick it up again.
Motivation is so hard.
Because you've got to be in the right frame of mind to do anything like that. I have been doing some crafting stuff because I did a couple of craft fairs, and I'm like, okay, I've got to get some stuff made up for it. I did them. Last one I did was just before Christmas. I haven't gone back to it since
Yeah.
because again, I haven't been married.
Debos
Debo.
says, my doctor wants me to get up and put my clothes on and just go outside, even if it's just for a minute. And that's what I said earlier. Just pick a cup up. Just wash that cup. An hour later.
Like earlier, I made myself do the dishes. So now, like, since you're talking about this, it's actually making me kind of feel a little proud. Like, you know,
You did
hey,
the
I
dishes.
did even though it's something small.
I mean,
Right. I don't know what your issues are, right? But I'm going to go through a list. Right?
Okay.
Did you get out of bed today?
I did.
Did you get dressed?
I did not.
Did you have a wash?
No, I do at night.
Right, you have a night what? You have a night what? Keep hold of that. So you got up, you're still in your PJs. Did you brush your teeth?
I did.
You brushed your teeth. Did you make a drink? Coffee, tea?
Made coffee.
You made coffee. So you stood there.
And I had to make myself do it, but I was like, I really want coffee, but I don't want to do it. And I actually made myself do it today too.
So you stood there for the length of time it took you to make yourself a drink of coffee.
Yep.
So that's 4 things you did.
And dishes. A
No,
whole lot of them.
That's 4 things you did because you sat down and drank your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you sat down and drank your coffee. After you sat down and drank your coffee, you looked around and went, I can't do anything. I haven't done anything. I'm so ashamed of myself. I can't do anything.
Yep.
Then
And there was nothing on TV, you know, to watch. And it's like you get in that bored stage of like irritated. You're irritated. You want to do something. You need to do stuff that's around the house.
Then you got up and you went, I'm going to do these dishes.
I didn't want, I mean, believe me, definitely I had to really actually force myself to do it. I was
But
just
you
gonna do,
did
like,
it.
put a few yeah, I was just gonna put a few things in the dishwasher, and
Can,
then
can
at the
can
end, I
I just
real
So, no. So hang on.
okay. I just want to say something. So it's 10 to 10 at night here.
Mhm.
And I've not done any of the things that TJ's just listed.
Usually, I haven't. Today is a very rare day, and then I had to stop because it started hurting, so I
But
had
Okay.
to
you,
come sit down, but
but you did it.
yeah.
Yes.
You
But if
did those
you
5
Be
things.
proud of yourself.
yeah, I need to be.
Because
And if you
TJ
asked me
just
that
listed.
yesterday, I would have said no to everything except brush my teeth.
Okay. So TJ has just listed off a load of things. Yeah.
Mhm.
I haven't done any of them things today. I've sat here on the sofa because I'm sleeping on the sofa. I don't even have the energy to go upstairs. I can't go upstairs. The bed's not, it's dismantled because I haven't got around to putting it back together. So these are all things. So I'm sleeping on the sofa. I haven't moved from the sofa today apart from for going for a wee. That's all I've done.
I sleep on the couch a lot, and my bedroom is not. It's on the same level as, like, it's a one
Yeah.
story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the simple fact of getting up and going in there
Yeah.
and just doing it, just doing things, just making
But
yourself do things feels like there's
yes,
so much work.
yes. But I know I've got really bad habits that I need to come out of.
Mhm.
And doing these basic things are the habits. But even going to bed
Yeah.
will mean you sleep better. And I know this. I will lecture other people about things that I know I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Okay. This is why I do my
Oh,
Mindful Mondays.
Emily, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That means
So
a lot.
even Emily says there, I'm not dressed or showered yet either, Jenna.
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Silence says, you're not alone.
No.
Yeah.
So
This community has definitely opened my eyes that, what
so
things that you think is just you that's going
yeah.
on in your life, it's happening to the person next to you.
Do you know what I also didn't do today? Feed myself. I did. I ordered McDonald's, but I didn't get up and cook something. And that's something
But
I've been trying to do every day. But today I want, no, I'm ordering. I'm ordering McDonald's. I can't be bothered.
but at least you ate.
I did, but I didn't. That's one meal. That's all I've eaten all day. It's 10 o'clock at night.
I do that. I'll
Mhm.
eat. I'll go all day, and it'll be nighttime, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I haven't ate today.
And that's my routine. And I'm having to tell myself and teach. Sometimes people have to say to me, "Have you eaten today?" And I'll
Yeah,
go,
my husband does that. He'll
yeah,
have to make me eat because I'll forget.
yeah. You forget. You watch your programs, you watch your YouTube, you do this and you do, but all you're doing is watching a screen all day. You're not actually doing it. That's me. That's my life.
That
Yes,
mine too.
Debo. Debo says, those are very hard questions to ask someone and for a person to answer to a
Yeah,
stranger. I do understand that.
yeah.
And Jenna was comfortable enough because she's met me before
Mm-hmm.
to answer those questions. She didn't have to answer them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
But
also have
it's
to be honest with yourself.
exactly,
Yeah, that's the thing, is being honest about it, and
Yeah.
it's not just being honest to others,
Yeah.
it's being honest to yourself
Yes, honest to
about
yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
It definitely can be extremely hard to answer some
Yeah.
days. I mean, if you would have asked me this tomorrow, I
Yeah.
may not have even been able to answer you.
So
Like, it come
and like Deborah says, it was the insurance adjuster.
yeah.
If it was an insurance adjuster or a doctor or somebody, Jenna might not have answered those questions. But because of this channel
yeah.
and that she's met me before, that's why you were is that why you were comfortable enough to answer the questions? Because of where we are,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
the
yeah. Because
conversation.
if I was at the doctor or something like that, then um I probably would have lied.
So I had to have a telephone call with my doctor a few days ago because I keep getting signed off for the mental health issues. And if I'm not honest with him, telling him that sometimes I forget to even eat, sometimes I can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
If I just say, yeah, I'm better, I'm doing so much better, and I don't tell him the things that I'm not better with, then I wouldn't get signed off, and I will be cut off with all money.
Right.
So you have to be honest, and sometimes you have to exaggerate a little bit as well.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. So.
Yeah, because you've had a good day today, but what you do is you tell them your worst day.
Yes.
Not your
Because
best day, your worst.
Because that's what matters.
Yes.
Because I have a
No.
doctor's appointment tomorrow, and that's one thing I got to get up early and go to it as soon as they open.
Yeah, but you got to tell them your worst day. So I can't get out of bed. I can't get dressed. I forget to feed myself. It takes all my energy just to walk to the toilet.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Your worst day, when you're in the middle of it, is usually the average day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're going into it, it's not as bad as when you're in it.
Yes.
And when you're coming out of it, it's not as bad as when you're in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, well, not have to remember, you have to try and say to yourself, there is a way out of this, and I will get there. It might take me 30,000 years, but I will get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I have to really stay on top of telling myself.
Yeah.
But you will.
Yeah. It's not something that will last forever.
But it might be something that clings on all your life, but you'll learn to deal with it.
Right. Or find a certain medication or a certain surgery that will help the the situation going on at hand.
Eddie, Debos is asking, is the link still available?
Just a second.
I noticed Eddie's been quiet this whole time.
Well, yeah,
Eddie's sitting there going, this was my channel.
Yeah.
see, the thing is this what this channel was built for.
Yeah.
The problem is,
so TJ is giving some excellent advice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where I'm not in the place to say anything, so I let you guys talk, and I'm inspired by what's being said and done here. That I don't say anything.
But this is what you get when you invite two British chicks up.
No, this is what you get when you invite us two up. Because she doesn't shut up. I can't get a word in edgeways. So when I get my word in edgeways, I'm keeping hold of it.
Well, either way, I like it when y'all two come up.
Yeah.
But the thing is you're what you're doing is you're helping somebody.
Yeah. What I would say, and it does work, is at the end of every day, write down one positive thing. Okay.
You know what? I got my notebook right here.
Yeah.
Or post-it note, and I'm about to write on my post-it note to make sure I don't forget to write something positive down.
Yeah. So write down one positive thing. And the other thing you can do is when you do something, write down, I did this. So at the end of the day, you can go, I did that. No matter how small it is.
And then you can sit there and add it up, and it's like, oh, wow, I did this.
Doesn't matter how small it is. If it's picking a cup and put it in the sink, write it down.
Yeah.
They don't have sinks. They have dishwashers.
Y'all don't have dishwashers?
No, I can't. I don't think it's big enough for a dishwasher.
Oh, my God, I'd die.
I can barely fit a fridge freezer in there. Never mind a dishwasher.
Hey,
If
Debo.
me and my husband stand in my kitchen at the same time, it's full.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Debo. How are
Hello,
you?
Debos.
I just wanted to clear something up. I didn't mean that as a bad thing. I just meant that questions like that are hard for somebody to even answer. Uh,
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
like whenever I had my insurance person ask me that and they turn me down, it's hard to tell somebody that you don't shower, that you don't get
Yeah.
up, that
Yeah.
you don't
It's
do
embarrassing.
those things. That's not your medical doctor. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard to tell somebody that doesn't know anything about it and they're just like they ask you about your day and you're kind of like, well, it's
You're just
not
like,
that bad. I can do this, I can do that. And then they find out that, well, maybe you're not so depressed. And maybe,
Yeah.
do you really want to hear that I don't take a shower? Do you really want to hear I don't brush my teeth? Do you want to hear that I
Yes.
want to
But they
be,
do. Yeah. It's
They
embarrassing.
do.
It's embarrassing
is.
to admit that you're like that.
it
It's
is.
embarrassing. And I understand that because, like I said, she's listed all these things. I ain't done any of them today. I ain't brushed my hair. I ain't got dressed. I haven't brushed my teeth. I haven't, the only thing I did was order McDonald's. That's the only thing.
But that's one thing that you did do.
But is it really? It's not hard
Yes,
It
to order.
it
is.
is.
It
It
is.
is. I did remember to eat.
And
Exactly.
I
I'm
remember to eat.
sure. Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure you went to the restroom.
Oh, I've done, yeah. I don't have a choice. I've got a bladder like a pea.
And then she's not going to say it, but also she's spoken to people today and has put their minds at rest.
Hopefully.
Oh,
Hopefully.
that's good.
I really like this channel and I really like the fact that Eddie's been able to bring people together. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a saying that I really want to put on a t-shirt. And I don't know if Eddie wants to do it or not, but what is it that I'm thinking? It's you can't help everybody, but everybody can help somebody.
I love that.
There's something else that you need to learn. You can't help other people before you help yourself.
And you say that, but I find it easier to help others than it is to help myself.
But
Oh,
you
Yeah,
need to
definitely.
Ken does too.
100%.
So do I, yeah.
I'm the same way.
But you
I'm
need
I have
to
a
not.
help
hard
other
time helping
people.
myself, but if the Jenna had a problem, or Nicole or Emily or Eddie had a problem, or any of you guys had a problem, I'd be right there to put in my 2 cents worth and
Yeah.
try and work you guys through the problem. But to work myself through the problem, it's so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
We're all very
It's like,
bad at taking our own advice.
it's like you can give somebody the same advice that you need to be giving yourself,
Mm.
but once you try to give it to yourself, it
Doesn't work.
it does not work.
I have
And
a thing, and I say it quite frequently. And Hen says to somebody, "You need sleep,"
Mhm.
and I just put in the chat, "Pot, kettle."
And I say, yes, I know what I should be doing.
So you've heard of the saying that is that the pot calling the kettle black?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I've
Pot
heard
cow.
that
But it's
many
not.
times.
It's depression is not like being sad. You know what I mean? It's not like you wake up in the morning and you say, "Well, I don't feel like being a nice person today. I just want to be sad today." That's not what depression is.
No,
Depression,
it's not.
you cannot stop it, and you just
Nope.
like when people say "snap out of it." I hate it when they say that because you can't just.
It'd be
It's a
nice if you
condition.
could. Like
And I
if we
think the
had that,
stereotype, I think the stereotype around it is even worse. Like I mentioned in the chat earlier, I said like depression and PTSD and all this should be treated like cancer. Like you can see cancer,
yes,
but you can't
yes,
see a mental illness.
yes,
And mental illness does affect just as much as anything else. And I don't want to
it
say it
does.
because we're on the air, but I mean it definitely does make people think.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
100% right.
I just want to. Do you touch on the cancer thing there? Right. So this is how bad our government is. Not so much now, but a few years ago. People were being assessed whether they were fit for work. Yeah, by the
Mhm.
government. Weren't by a doctor. It was by a
Hmm.
person behind a desk that had no medical training.
Oh no, they did have medical training.
Not all of them.
They had first aid workplace training.
Okay.
First aid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I
Right.
have that, and I can't diagnose you with cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'd have a tick box, you know, like the questions that TJ's just asked you.
Mhm.
Did you get out of bed this morning? Did you walk anywhere? How far can you walk? You know, things like this, right?
Yeah.
People who were terminally ill with cancer were being told they needed to go back to work. They were
Wow.
having all their money cut.
Wow.
Where's this?
The UK.
The UK.
That's crazy.
They'd had
Wow.
a diagnosis of terminally ill. They were not going to get better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was with doctor's notes, consultant's notes,
Seriously, with doctor's notes?
Yep.
doctor's notes, consultants, registrars, multiple consultants, sending letters in, sending letters in, sending letters in. And they were still being told they were fit for work.
They were.
I'm sorry to hear that, Rogue Knox. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rogue.
I
She
hope you get it sorted, Rogue.
I'm
So,
sorry to hear that.
I just found
Sorry,
out
Rogue.
the day before yesterday I have to see a neurosurgeon also, so
but it was what they called austerity. Austerity. They were just trying to cut money here and everywhere,
anywhere they could.
anywhere they could. And they're going back to it now. It's on that. They're stepping into that now, aren't they, TJ? Again.
They're trying to, but there's so many people who are actually fighting it for the people who need it.
Yeah.
They
But they're
didn't
trying
have
to get
it,
that in
that's
now.
why.
Do you know that
Same government, unfortunately.
whenever I got I had all the doctors and everything, I was told that I had to leave work because of my mental illness. And whenever I was, seen by the doctors and everything, and did you know that the insurance companies turn 9 out of 10 people down, and you have
We
to
don't-
fight
yeah.
it? And you have to fight it.
Yes,
And
I know.
and
That's
the
what.
thing is Manulife is one of the worst because
Yeah.
they know that most people aren't going to fight it. But the thing is the fact that you're dealing with this. Now you gotta put your other hat on, that you gotta take the aggressive approach when you're so depressed.
Yes.
It is so
Mhm,
hard
yeah.
to be able to fight
Yeah.
your battle, and
Yes.
it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we don't have the insurance issue over here.
Like
'cause they
right
turn down
now,
people more often than.
Yeah.
And that's why, like you were saying with cancer,
Yeah.
I don't know how they can turn that down, because you can see that. I mean, that's
Okay.
a,
So going back a long, long time ago, so my dad actually died of motor neuron disease, which is ASL. ASL. You know what ASL is, yeah?
that sounds very familiar.
You remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
everyone was pouring buckets of ice water over their heads?
Yes.
That's ASL, which is motor neuron disease. That's what it's called over here.
Why is my brain blank?
You mean ALS?
ALS, sorry. ALS.
Okay, that's
Okay,
that's
that I
why.
heard of.
Okay, that's why I was
Because we
like,
don't-
wait, what?
Because we don't call it that. We call it motor neuron disease.
Yeah, it's the same
That's why I
thing.
confuse it. Yeah. So my dad had motor neuron disease.
Hmm.
My mum and dad had to fight for him to get any help.
Yeah.
Fight to even get a badge on his car to say he can park anywhere because he was disabled. They had to fight.
I'm doing that right now, actually.
But this is motor neuron disease.
Yeah.
This is ALS. This is
Yeah.
something that literally.
It's well known,
Yeah.
and yeah.
They call it the Lou Gehrig's disease.
He was never going to get better. He was getting
Right.
worse and worse every day. The
It's
last thing to go is your mental faculties.
Yep.
So you're trapped in a body that doesn't work. You can't feed yourself. You can't even swallow on your own.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't at that stage when he tried to apply, but he
Mhm.
was in a wheelchair. He was
Right.
actually in a wheelchair, and they still had to fight to get a disabled badge for the car. That's going back a long time ago. It's not easy for anyone.
No, it's not.
And it's even harder when I actually think I think it's actually easier to get a disabled badge now than it was back then, PJ.
Well, you're talking to somebody that presents as normal.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me.
Yeah.
To get my badge.
Like
you-
I was in a wheelchair whenever I was
It
at the
is
doctor's
painful.
office and stuff like that, and I still can't get one.
It is April, which is why when my dad passed away, it was a relief for everyone, not just him, but for the whole family, because it was horrible watching him go through that. It
Yeah,
was
I
horrible
can
disease.
only imagine.
It's a horrible disease. My dad went from being a very fit labourer. He do you know what a hod carrier is?
No.
Okay, you know, on building sites they have the guy that has the like square thing that holds the bricks, and they carry them on their shoulders. They don't do that nowadays. It's all done by pulleys and stuff. But he was the one that carried the bricks around to give to the different builders. But he used to do it for 2 builders. It's meant to be 1 hod carrier per builder, and he did it for 2. He was a very fit man.
Yeah.
And then you know, he got this illness and he just changed.
It's
So-
very, very, very bad.
If you can imagine a 3-sided box, a box that 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on.
I think it holds probably about 20 bricks.
Yeah, a box that 3 sides has been taken away
Yeah.
Right.
on a stick.
Yeah.
So you'd then pile your 20 bricks inside the box, and then put it on your shoulder, and then climb up a ladder.
Yeah.
To the
Wow.
top of the building.
20 bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my dad's job, and he'd do it for two bricklayers. So you might have
And
one
climb up a
person.
ladder. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Now they
Not
use
only
all
do you
that.
need to be strong, but you need to be very coordinated for that.
Yeah, you do.
So
Well, now the fellas at the top of the building, what they're building.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 2 stories usually, 2, maybe 3 stories.
I think it's
Now
hard to
they
climb
have
a
a
ladder
pulley
sometimes with a
system.
tool belt on.
They drop a platform down, put all the bricks on, and they pull the
pull it
platform
up.
up.
Yeah.
But that's because of health and safety. Hen's dad was doing it before that.
Wearing cut off jean shorts and no t-shirt and no hard hat.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. My dad has a great suntan, I tell you. So
Thank you guys
yeah.
for being up here. You guys are
I
amazing.
really enjoyed it.
right. But yeah. I do think both of our health systems have issues. TJ, you got your camera on, did you mean to?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
no, it's just showing
Well, we can
the
just see wires. It's all good.
Yeah, I know.
electrics and wires.
Oh, I see a hand. Yeah. There's no puppet on the end of that hand for once.
Nope.
There's a hand. Hello.
That's all you're getting.
Oh.
It's funny.
Occasionally, you might see my feet, but
Rogue, I really hope that you get seen before March. I think it's ridiculous they're making you wait that long.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Is this something new for Ro?
She has a tumor on her spine.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Mm.
She just found out. She had an MRI done, and she just found out.
I mean, I've went through my own little health scare recently, and I was so lucky because our NHS can have massive waiting lists. but it was all done and dealt with within a couple of weeks. I was shocked how quick it was.
Rogue, you remember when I had to have my tumor removed? I had a tumor in my back. It wasn't
Yeah.
on my spine, but it was in my back. And it was hitting nerves. And it was
Yeah.
causing severe back pain. Severe. And once they removed the tumor, the pain went away. Like I still have back pain because I have arthritis, but like that pain went away.
Yeah.
Nerve pain is the worst type of pain.
Yes, it is.
That and toothache.
Oh yeah.
Toothache.
Which
Well,
is a
that's
nerve
nerve
pain.
pain too. But
Yeah.
that tooth pain is ridiculously hard.
Yeah, trust me, I almost died from it. The doctor said if I would have waited another 36 hours, I wouldn't be here.
Mm.
When I got my tooth pulled, I couldn't wait another 36 seconds. I said, "Get this thing out." Tooth pain is bad.
Mm.
No, stubbing your toe is the worst.
Oh, or stand on a Lego brick.
Oh yeah, no, that's awful. That is.
I stub my toes all the time. They're now numb to the pain.
Every time Hen hits something, she's like, "What the fuck ever?"
Why don't they make beds rounded?
That actually would be great. Or the ends of couches.
Mine's door frames.
That
I've stubbed
too.
my toe on the end of
Anything.
that bed more times than
And I have a habit of tripping up the stairs as well. So you catch your toes on the stairs.
Oh, I always fall up the stairs. Never down the stairs, but up the stairs.
I have fallen down, properly fallen down once. Second time I just was going up and ended up lying backwards.
Well, I just lied. I fell down the stairs 3 times here, but I always tend to fall down when I'm going up the stairs versus down.
Yeah. And then you catch your toes and your shin. Oh, double whammy. Oh, elbow. Banging your elbow. Oh, that's a
The
bad
funny
one.
bone.
Yeah.
funny bone.
Yeah.
It's not so funny though.
No.
And whoever came up with the bang the other one, it'll take your mind off it.
Oh, did you forget the step, April? She said, when I was young, I used to run down the stairs and twist my ankle all the time. It's because you think you've got to the bottom and you haven't.
I hated that.
I've done that.
Oh, I got a doctor calling me. It was really good talking to all of y'all, and y'all really actually made me
Go. Talk to your doctor.
Yeah, they just left a voicemail. I'm about to call them back. But definitely y'all helped me a lot today. And
Don't forget, be proud of the little achievements.
Yeah. And I really appreciate all the kind words and all the pep talk I got. So
Well, take care, Jenna.
It was nice talking to everybody, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Okay, take care.
All right,
bye.
Jenna. Bye. I want to thank everybody for coming up here. Ann and DJ, you guys, helped a member of the community, which I could tell was much needed. And I thank you guys for that. TJ, you're a wonderful person.
Stop it.
I won't say that again.
Good.
One time only.
Yeah, I don't care. As big as you are, I'll kick you up the bottom.
You will. You will.
I got some merch that says I don't care.
Debo, thank you for coming up.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're always welcome. And thank you for being here. You're always welcome.
Stop it, April.
So, but yeah, today's live was very good. It needed to be done. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Chat, my neighbor George. Um, he says I hear my neighbor cry all the time. That's painful. So
Oh,
so he comes over, right? And we play cribbage.
yeah,
And I don't know if you guys know what that game is,
yeah,
Yes.
but I kind of get my ass whooped a lot.
yeah. Oh, so
Is
And
that
makes
why you cry?
yeah. He's
I'd like to thank the chat for putting up with Hen.
so
I'd like to thank the chat for putting up with TJ.
but Rogue Knox, you know, I hope they get you in sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful person. She's helped me in a lot of ways. Helped me in a lot of ways. So yeah.
Can I do some hoodoo voodoo woo 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 stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we send out some positive energy to anyone that needs positive energy? If you just close your eyes and concentrate on sending out white light to those that need it.
Silence says, to all truly kind, mindful kindness and warmth be upon us.
So I've got to go through all this over again tomorrow, TJ. It's Mindful Monday. Damn it.
I won't be there.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
No, I won't. Can't be having it twice in 1 week.
All
Take
right.
care, everyone.
All right,
This was a
guys.
good live. This was a wonderful live. I didn't expect to go this long, and we did a good job. So thank you guys for being up here, and thank you, chat, again. And April, it's good seeing you back. Hope is all is well with you. And this is All Things Serious, saying have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are.